What do you think Diddy and Farnsworth Bentley's real relationship was?
Concubine, master.
I was aware that the day would come when someone would bring up Farnsworth Bentley, Diddy's old aide, and Jaguar Wright, once more delivering the tea. Jaguar asserts that Farnsworth was Diddy's mistress, and even though Farns is now a married father of 2 children, Jaguar believes there's a reason why Farns stays in Atlanta, if you get what I mean. The humor stems from Atlanta's status as a gay hotspot. One may assume that down-low culture would become obsolete.
It's funny because Atlanta's like a gay mecca. You would think that there would be no need for down low culture, but down low culture is thriving in Atlanta still.
But in Atlanta, it continues to thrive. Now, in case you forgot, Fonz was the suave-looking dude Diddy made follow him about with an enormous umbrella. However, there are rumors that he was holding more than that. And Jaguar Wright is now claiming that Fonz must have been harmed by Diddy in some way that caused him to sprint nearly as quickly as Cassie.
How do you feel about him making her search for prostitutes who were dark-skinned with big black penises? That's literally what he made her search for.
I mean, that's what he into.
He into BBCs.
You all know that Farnsworth Bentley most likely received the wildest Diddy anecdotes from people, since there's no way he was carrying that umbrella for so long without having anything to say. In order to provide you with some background, early in the new millennium saw the emergence of Farnsworth Bentley, whose true name is Derek Watkins. He made his debut as a rapper on the group's Too Hot for TV album in 2002. The next year, Farnsworth made an appearance on Outkast's Speakerboxx, the Love Below album during the Good Day, Good Sir skit. Later, in 2004, he appeared in Kanye's music video for The New Workout Plan. In addition, Fonz was a songwriter for Kanye's album Yeezus. His credits can be found on several songs, such as On Sight, Black Skinhead, I Am God, and Hold My Liquor. Fonz was also a part of Barack Obama's 2008 presidential campaign music video, Yes We Can. Basically, this individual was well known, but nobody really understood what his primary responsibility was. That is, until he began carrying that large umbrella around and trailing Diddy about. After some unpleasant business at a club back in 1999, Diddy decided to change his name from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy. At that time, he wanted a fresh start. Bribery, you name it. **** up. A few months after Diddy declared his name change in 2001, he was shown in St. Tropez with this suave dude holding an umbrella. Thus, Fonz intervened, attempted to improve Diddy's reputation, made him appear polished, and essentially serve as his style mentor for acting like a true gentleman. Fonz even penned and released the book Advance Your Swagger, which teaches readers how to employ flair, confidence, and manners to succeed. And Diddy gave him his new moniker. I recall the day precisely. Fonz subsequently told the New York Times, "It will appear in the film based on my life. Your life has just changed," shouted Scene, waving his palms in my face. "Are you all set?" His life undoubtedly changed, but certainly not in the way he had anticipated. You see, rumors have it that Fonz was more than simply Diddy's stylist. As per Jaguar Wright's,
What do you think Diddy and Farnsworth Bentley's real relationship was?
Concubine, master.
Fonz had already established himself as a songwriter and producer by the middle of the decade, having collaborated with artists ranging from Gucci Mane to Kanye West. Thus, one may assume that his career would only get better from there. However, he abruptly vanished from the industry scene sometime around 2015, and nobody ever ventured to question Diddy about the whereabouts of his sidekick. If my memory serves me well, Diddy only expressed his wish for Farnsworth's success, and that it was time for him to move on. The exact same thing he said as Cassie eventually pulled away. We now know that Fonz relocated to Atlanta with Fawn Chambers Watkins, and the couple added 2 children into their family. But as you can see, this is all for naught. According to Jaguar Wright, Fonz's decision to portray himself as a family man was solely prompted by his experiences with Diddy. I refer to stuff as freak-offs. Do you believe he was Diddy's mistress? Indeed. He was too obedient and too cooperative. And he simply vanished more quickly than Mace did. Diddy chased Mace, and you could see the trailer catching fire as he escaped. It is accurate. However, I simply find it puzzling that nobody seems to inquire why. Individuals, oh yes, he's gone. Oh, I see. No one inquired as to why. Why is it that no one ever wants to hear the reason? Now, I also want to quickly touch on a topic that has recently gained popularity on social media, and that Jaguar also brought up in a recent interview regarding Farnsworth. That's the number of these DL men who abuse women.
So you think he was Diddy's concubine?
Absolutely. He was too complicit and he was too compliant. And he just disappeared. He disappeared faster than Mace did. When Mace ran from Diddy, you could see the trailer just fire from his footsteps as he ran.
That is
to
true.
The church. But I don't understand why people don't ask why. People, oh yeah, he gone. Oh, okay. Nobody bothered to ask why. Why doesn't anybody ever want to know why?
Womanizers, men that around on women, they hella is they can't find what they looking for is because they looking for a man. I'm just saying. I done been with it. I done laid in the bed with it. I done heard it. I done seen it. It's not you. You cannot possibly fulfill what he's looking for. You don't have the parts. So don't blame you. Don't get in your feelings. Drop them and move on.
To be clear, we are not discussing homosexual males who are in the closet, as there are differences between being in the closet and being on the DL. And many of these males on the Do Not Tell continue that way because they get a...
But it's wild though. It's like, what's the point for being down low in this day and age? Like, if you still on the down low, it's just because you like the thrill of lying and getting away with it.
I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm beginning to notice a trend. Diddy was biologically married to 4 women and had 6 children, with 5 separate women. Dwight Howard is the father of 5 children. Before coming out as bisexual, Clive Davis was married twice and had 4 children. Furthermore, rumors also circulate that Tristan Thompson... Let me avoid getting into it at this time. Women who intentionally date this kind of man and then pretend to be a happy family in public are just as evil as the men themselves. Is it true that I would prefer a man who I knew sucked better than me and didn't want to have sex with me to be the one walking down the aisle? Would that? Whoa.
Is it true
I wish I would walk down the aisle to a man who I knew didn't want to have sex with me and suck better than me? I wish I would.
Wow.
It's the honeymoon and he trying to figure out who gonna rub his feet and play with his hole. Like, no, I'm good.
But according to recent rumors, Cassie's complaint was significantly censored. Gene Deal speculated that Diddy probably removed the passage in which Cassie discussed how these male S-workers Diddy employed were there primarily for his own enjoyment. Do you believe that this man arranged for this woman to look up prostitutes on the internet so they could have sex with her? There's a strange vibe about that dude, considering that this lawsuit and the material they provided to Diddy's team was filed 6 months ago. Thus, part of that material was removed. All right, we'll give it to you, but please omit this passage. You have to understand that we only received a fraction of the case since it was divided up. Items have been removed. In order for someone to appear a certain manner, let's now consider this for a little while. If what Gene Deal is claiming is accurate, does this imply that Diddy was more concerned about getting exposed for essaying women and trafficking them? I'm really sick to my stomach about this whole thing, because, as Jaguar Wright pointed out, everyone is acting shadily, acting strangely, and cheating. It's no wonder people are unhappy and find it difficult to connect with others on a deeper level. The biggest problem I think I have with sexuality right now is that it's being used for commercial purposes and turning into a huge king joke and fad. People are simply not connecting with each other. There is simply too much going on. A lot of this is related to the false relationships that these downloadees have with each other. Everyone is a secret. Have you noticed that everything is one big secret? It's not just men who are secretive. In any case, it's currently being said on social media that Farnsworth Bentley would likely have a lot to say on this subject. Oh, Farnsworth has a story of all stories, I'm sure. Was written by someone on X. It's absurd that we all believed it was acceptable for Diddy to have a paid slave following him around. Had the guy dancing in every video. Hee hee, and we were like, alright, despite the fact that no one else was or had ever done that.